Well, hello guys, welcome back. This did come in. Oh my god, it came in today. There was like a little bang up on the box, but I think it'll be okay. It's already wrapped up for Christmas, and it is on Crying Child's head, because he's got this completely flat head, so he's in there with a Christmas present on his head, which is very cute. And the funny thing was, I went from, and I didn't do this very easily, I went through being so hyper for this to come, and like stalking the UPS guy. And, it came in and I'm wrapping it and I'm all excited. And then I tend to get like way too much into things. And it goes from being a good thing to being, oh my God, what did I do? And I decided to watch like videos all day long on this thing. And not to get overly technical, but I was like, oh my God, do I need phantom power? Don't I? It's just a dedicated power source for a microphone, you know, and it's very basic. And some people were saying, oh, yes, you need one. And some people were like, oh, no, only noobs use them. And nobody could agree and reach consensus. So what I'm going to do is, come Christmas Day, I'm going to open this thing. And I'm going to plug it in and I'm going to see how it sounds. If it sounds at least as decent and it better as the microphones I've used up until now, I will let it go. I will be like, thanks be to the gods, and I will let it go. If it sounds really low, because I did hear some people say, oh, you don't need a phantom power supply, and they made recordings, and the recordings were so quiet, it sounded like they were 50 yards away from the mic when they did it, and I'm like, oh my God, what did I do? So I'm gonna have to see. I know I have a very loud voice. I know I do. I have to watch my volume when I'm recording with the kind of mics I use now, because if I yell, I totally pop the mic. It's not just the plosive sounds on like P's and T's and I think or other couple things and stuff like that, but I just tend to do that. And so I was getting way too wrapped up in it, and Loki made his 2 cents known. A Lysol can totally fell over and roll the whole way across my floor. And I know when Loki does it because the volume of whatever happens goes up by 10. It clanged over, it banged into some stuff, and then it rolled across the floor, and it sounded terrible. It's like when he feels like dropping the, you've all seen the silver plastic frame that I painted and then I put his artwork in. That thing doesn't even weigh a pound. When he feels like dropping it on the floor at 2 in the morning, it sounds like a car crashed into the side of my house. I'm like, okay. And he's like, what? He enjoys making a sound. So he put in his 2 cents. He didn't want me to worry too much about that. And we can get wrapped up in not only sounding our very best, but wanting to, you want to please your viewers, but at the same time, I know I don't really have the personality, because on this channel, I just record and then I put it up. I don't edit. And I honestly do not have voice editing software. I don't go in there and like boost my bass or whatever. Whatever you hear is, whatever I naturally have. And as I'm looking at these people talking about using, then using a voice package on top of it, I'm thinking, then it gets to the point of artifice where if I ever forget to do it and I'm really tired and I upload this unedited video and you hear what my voice really sounds like again, compared to this mysterious, beautiful voice that you could get out of like synthesizing everything, then it isn't me. And it becomes more about the voice than anything I say. I was really tempted. I'm like, yeah, everybody wants that kind of voice where you could just like read a grocery list and you get 1,000,000 views. But at the same time, then it's like to the height of artifice, and sometimes those voices can be distracting. Do you know what I mean? They're so nice to listen to. You don't hear a word the person says. You really don't. You can watch a video 10 times and you have no idea what they said. So I don't want to go that route either. So it was interesting, because Loki's like, well, his point he was making with me was, am I getting this to enjoy this? and to make it a more pleasant thing for you guys is a plug and play? Or am I getting this to have like a lot of artifice and get that studio voice where, I have like 10 filters on my voice and everything else? And he was making his point. If I really, truly wanted to go that way, if my life would be over if I didn't do that, um, he wouldn't care. But it kind of reminds me of these old clips of these guys are going into a studio and they have these god-awful voices. I mean, like they squeak and the crack and the everything. And then as soon as they get in front of the mic, and remember, there are people in rooms with like just, equipment as big as this kitchen. They have this golden voice. And it's kind of like that. If I kind of have to run it through all of that stuff, that's really not my voice anymore. It's like using the voice synthesizer on the other channel. I can have this really deep, raspy voice for Springtrap, but the problem is the voice synthesizer tends to gobble up certain words because per the way it gives you that deep voice, as it distorts your voice, no matter how carefully you enunciate, it will still just grab the random word and nom on it, and no one can understand what you're saying. So, I am going to just try this as is, Christmas Day, and Loki's point was, this is supposed to be fun. This is supposed to be something you enjoy doing. This is not supposed to be something where, I'm making myself new gray hair by recording and then running my voice through filters and then putting that with the recording, then processing that. It would take 5 times longer to get stuff to you guys. It really would. And I couldn't do stuff like I do now, where if I just want to make you guys a quick recording like now to like talk to you about stuff, I couldn't do it because it would just be too much work. I would look at it and think, oh, that's an hour plus work. I'm not doing it just to, chat to you guys about something. At least I'm honest. I mean, some people use voice filters and they use audio packages, and I have no problem with it, especially if you're going to do like pro voice work or you need to have that professional sound to your voice. But you have to kind of wonder when you reach that point of, do you have to have that professional studio sound? I'd say if you do studio work, then yeah, it's a must. But if you're just doing a channel like mine, or you're doing a gaming channel, sometimes it doesn't behoove you to go out and make this investment and buy all these filters and buy studio equipment and everything else, because of course the one guy that got this buttery, beautiful golden baritone out of this speaker, this speaker or knockoff of it, he had a $100 board that he was running it through. I'm like, of course it sounds good. And he got that board for $100 because he got it used. And I'm like, oh my god. This guy, like, most of his recording equipment is like worth more than almost everything I have. Like just this microphone alone, the industry standard he has is, a one of the stick microphones. And they're usually up on booms and everything else. And that microphone alone cost him $1,000. And he was laughing because he usually uses that for his voiceover work, and then you try one of these, and yeah, it does come down to your equipment. It comes down to what you have it plugged into, and the quality of your equipment. But I am hoping that the little Loki over here, as he was dubbed, I'm hoping he could come in and surprise me, because it's designed to overclock. It's designed to do other things, and I do have some accelerators built in from the card, so I'm hoping those will be, sufficient that when I plug this in, it's going to sound fairly good. So, I just figured I would catch you guys up on that. Loki's not too much about getting all into the drama and getting technical for technical sake. If I was really excited about it in a good way, and I was going towards it in a good way, because he asked me, he's like, why do you want Phantom Power? And I'm like, it looks pretty and it's technical. And he's like, you're not getting one? I didn't have any better excuse, and it looks pretty and I want one. He's like, no, you're not getting one. Because I love to mess around with tech, and he knows it. And it's like, that's like really the only reason I want one. because I don't legitimately know at this point if it will do anything, and you don't know if it will do anything until you order it, and then you order it and it takes forever to get here, and you're not sending it back, and you've spent the money, and blah and blah and blah. So it's like, if I knew someone that had one, I would try it out, and I'd be like, okay, yeah, that's worth the investment. But then I'm not going to add one of those and then go get a filter package and sit here and filter my voice. I think I sound like the nanny, you know, Fran Drescher and Myron Cope had a love child, and my voice is a result. There is no filter in the world that can completely clear that away when I've been doing the voice acting, so to speak, for the other channel, and using the filters like robot, or I think one's called like hexadramming or something. It's like a really weird name. Anytime I've been doing any of those, you can still hear where my voice cracks like a teenage boy's, and you can still hear that no matter how low I set the voice. It's like this really weird voice, and then it squeaks up here, and it's like, oh my god. That's why I've told you guys I have that bad voice, because especially when I get excited, it cracks. And luckily, the people on the other channel, they don't mind. But yeah, I have like the voice of a teenage boy. In fact, most people on the other channel, since I don't appear on camera too much there, they think I am a teenage boy, or they think I'm a little boy. I've been told I sound like I'm like a 7 or 8 year old boy. And I'm like, that sounds so creepy for so many reasons. But yeah, it's like, I've had people on the other channel go, you're faking that voice. So I'm like, no, unfortunately, this is my voice. So I will see you guys later. I'm going to be happy to just plug and play with this, because really I don't have the temperament to sit here and try to make my voice sound better than it does. Because in the end, that is what the equipment is for. It makes up for what you feel you lack in your voice, whether you want more bass to your voice or what you want. I want a golden age radio announcer's voice, and that's just never going to happen. I don't care how good a filtering equipment I get. Okay, guys, but I just wanted to update you on that and let you know. And Loki was like, no, I'm not having any of this because you're freaking out over a stupid microphone. And this went from getting a microphone which you could enjoy to getting a phantom power source, and then getting all this editing equipment. And I really don't have the temperament to sit here and do that. I mean, the people that usually do that either do it professionally, and you see their channels on YouTube and that's their profession, or they have a staff of people, and their staff of people goes through there and goes, oh my god, your voice, and they fix it for them. So I will see you guys later, and blessed be, and remember, have a happy Saturnalia, and happy Yule if I do not see you before then, and, you know, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, whatever you are celebrating. I think there's like 58 or something holidays going on in the month of December, something like that. I know it's a lot. Okay, so see you guys later. Bye-bye.